Hey, I was just helping a buddy decide whether to finally upgrade his gaming rig, and I realized how many questions pop up the moment you start looking at a high-end laptop. He's got a desktop that's been chugging along for years, but he wants something portable for the commute, the coffee shop, and the occasional couch gaming session. The big fear is spending a fortune on a machine that looks amazing on paper but ends up feeling like a compromise when you actually use it. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14 we're talking about is the newest 14-inch version, the one with a 3K OLED panel that promises 120Hz and GSYNC. The first thing I thought about was real-world visibility. You're not just looking at a spec sheet, you're trying to see if the screen stays crisp under bright office lights or when you're gaming in a sunlit park. In my hands, the OLED actually lives up to the hype. Colors pop, blacks are truly black, and the 500 nit brightness pushes through most daylight situations without washing out. It's a noticeable upgrade over the usual 1080p matte panels you see on most 14-inch laptops, and it makes both games and media feel richer. If you care about visual fidelity on the go, that's where the value really shows. Now, performance. Under the hood is AMD's latest 12-core Ryzen AI 9HX 370, paired with an NVIDIA RTX 5070 Ti. The combination isn't just marketing fluff, it translates into smooth frame rates in current AAA titles at 1080p high settings, and you can even push a decent 1440p experience without the laptop screaming for air. I ran a couple of recent releases, one a fast-paced shooter, the other a sprawling open-world RPG, and the GPU kept its cool while the CPU handled background streaming and voice chat without a hitch. The 32GB of LPDDR5X memory makes multitasking feel effortless. I could have a few browser tabs, a music production DAW, and the game all running simultaneously with hardly any stutter. The real test, though, is how the machine behaves after a few hours of mixed use. The G14's chassis stays comfortably warm, not hot enough to make you think the cooling is failing, but you'll feel a gentle breeze from the fans when you're pushing the graphics hard. The fans are not whisper quiet, but they're not splitting either, which is a big win for anyone who streams or records gameplay in a small room. The downside here is that the fan curve leans a bit toward performance, so if you're after a completely silent laptop for a library study session, you'll notice the hum. It's a trade-off that most gamers accept, but it's worth mentioning if you're extremely noise-sensitive. Battery life is another point where the G14 diverges from the portable gaming stereotype. With the OLED panel's power draw and the RTX 5070 Ti's appetite, you're looking at roughly 5 to 6 hours of mixed-use gaming in short bursts, streaming video, and some office work. That's actually better than many older gaming laptops, but it's not the all-day endurance you'd get from a typical Ultrabook. If your day involves long commutes without a power outlet, you'll probably need a power brick handy. On the flip side, the 2TB SSD gives you massive storage without sacrificing speed, and you can fit a whole library of games and media without worrying about space. Connectivity is solid for a 14-inch machine. You get 2 USB-A ports, a couple of USB-C including one that supports Thunderbolt 4 and an HDMI 2.1 that can drive a 4K monitor at 120Hz if you ever want to hook up to a TV for couch gaming. The Wi-Fi 7 support is future-proof, though you won't see the full benefit until routers catch up. I didn't run into any bottlenecks when transferring large game files or streaming high-resolution video, which is a practical win for anyone who moves a lot of data around. So, who should actually buy this laptop? If you're a serious gamer who wants a portable device that can double as a productivity machine, the G14 hits a sweet spot. The OLED screen is a treat for anyone who also edits photos or videos on the go, and the 32GB of RAM means you won't feel cramped when you have multiple apps open. The laptop is also attractive for streamers who need a capable GPU and a reliable Wi-Fi connection, because the hardware can handle encoding without sacrificing game performance. The design's compact size and the platinum white finish add a bit of flair if you care about aesthetics as well. Who might skip it? First, the ultralight backpack crowd. At 1.6 kilograms, the G14 is still heavier than a pure Ultrabook, and the fan noise can be a turn-off if you're often in quiet co-working spaces. Second, if you're primarily after a machine for long-haul battery life, say, a A digital nomad who works all day on coffee shop power. There are lighter laptops with slower GPUs that will outlast the G14 by a wide margin. Finally, if you're a competitive esports player who focuses on ultra-high